Hi everyone, this is Severe and this is the first in a series on ORU Chat. In this first video, I'm just going to go through the basics of ORU Chat, and then in subsequent videos, I'll go through some more advanced features. So when you first log into ORU and go to My Accounts, in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see this icon, which is the ORU Chat icon, and it'll be minimized. If you click on that icon, it'll pop open the ORU Chat window. And you can see here you've got three different tabs. You've got Recent, which shows you the recent members or groups that you've chatted with. And then over to the middle one, Contacts, all the different members that you are able to connect with, those that are currently online, and it'll show their status underneath their name. And then over to the right-hand side, you'll see the Groups tab, and you'll see a list of groups that you can connect with. If you go over to the Recent tab and click on one of the recent conversations that you've had, it'll pop open a new window. And you can do that several times and it'll keep opening new windows to the left of the main chat window. And you can see here, you've got a chat stream, and you'll be able to see the timestamp of the chats, and you'll be able to scroll back through the history of the chat feed. You can go through to the chat for today, yesterday, and if you click Load Earlier Messages, it will go through back in time, and you can see here you'll have a date stamp, again the timestamps, and it'll keep going back in time, and you can just keep hitting Load Earlier Messages until you get right back to the very beginning of that chat stream. At the bottom of the chat window is where you basically enter your message, and as you're typing, the recipient gets a notification that an incoming message is soon to appear. Now, this appears on the desktop, the three dots. If you're on a phone, at the very top of the phone, underneath the member's name, you'll see a notification that they're actually typing. Also on the phone, you'll be able to see when they were last online. You can actually enable or disable that. Each member can. So if they've got it enabled, you'll be able to see when they were last online. So when you first type in a message and hit enter, you'll get this icon showing that the message is still being processed. It hasn't been sent. As soon as it gets sent, you get a tick. And then when it gets received, you get 2 ticks as a read receipt. And if they are online and you get a read receipt, you'll quite often see that the color changes. Above the chat window, if someone comes online, then you'll get a notification that this member is online. And if multiple people come online at the same time, you'll basically get a stacked window like that. Now, up at the top of the chat window, you've got several icons. So let's go through the first one, which is Settings. If you click on that, you'll be able to modify your name as it appears. You'll be able to update your status message, and you can see here you've got, well, actually altogether you've got 140 characters, so we've used 21 here. And you can change your status: available, away, busy, or invisible. And then if you go to the right-hand side, the scroll bar will appear. You can scroll all the way down, and you've got some more notification settings. So you can turn sounds on and off, those pop-ups that appear above on and off. You can show read receipts, which are the ticks. And as I mentioned before, you can enable or disable the last seen. So whether when you were last seen online appears. And we'll go through blocked users in another video. The next icon here is the announcements icon, little bell. If you click on that, you'll see the announcements for the day. Sometimes there may be several announcements, and I believe they'll later be adding a feature to allow you to go through the history of announcements as well. But currently, it's today's announcements. The next icon here allows you to create either a group or a broadcast. So let's go through creating a group. So when you click on that, you get the Create Group dialog where you can enter a group name. So you enter that, and then you go down and you select what type of group. Is it a public group that anyone can join? Is it a password protected group which only members who have the password can join? Or an invitation only group? The person who creates the group has to first invite members. They then have to acknowledge that invitation before they are added to the group. So once you've selected your name and the type of group, then you simply hit create the group to create it. And it pops open to the left, the group chat. And it appears in the list under groups now. If you go to the right of the group name, you'll see two icons. The first one allows you to rename the group. So if you click on that, you'll get this edit box open. You can either cancel if you want to change your mind or edit that name. So if you enter in a new name and then hit enter, the group name will change in the list. The other icon is to delete this group. So if you click on that, you'll get a dialog which asks you, are you sure? You click OK, and then you'll get a confirmation that that group has been deleted, and then it will disappear from the group list. The next selection under this icon is a new broadcast. So if you want to broadcast a message, click on that, and first you have to select which users you want to send this broadcast to. Now, if you get a notification that some members you want to broadcast to have just suddenly come online, you can hit the refresh users to make sure that they appear in this list for you to select. Then simply scroll through the list or search for the users and then tick them to select them, and then enter in your message and hit enter, and then that message will be broadcast once you confirm that you want to send that message. So you hit OK, or if you change your mind, you don't want to broadcast that message, you'd hit cancel. Well, that takes us through the basics of ORU Chat. In the next video, we'll go through some more advanced features.